Hola y bienvenidos a nuestra presentación sobre dos tipos diferentes de caminos que puedes completar en España y también en Inglaterra, conocidos como el Camino de Santiago y el Camino de la Muralla de Adriano. Esta presentación le llevará a través de las rutas de la caminata, el alojamiento que puede residir en el momento de completar la caminata y la historia detrás de las caminatas. A pesar de estar situados en dos países diferentes, tanto el Camino de Santiago como el de la Muralla de Adriano ofrecen factores similares y diferentes que arrojan luz sobre la historia de las respectivas regiones.
The Camino de Santiago is a route traveled by pilgrims from all over the world to reach the city of Santiago de Compostela. Santiago was one of the 12 apostles. The English way starts from La Coruña or Ferrol, two coastal cities in the north of Galicia. This is where it starts because in the old days the English used to come in ships, and this is where they docked the ships to get to Santiago. It makes sense that they would come here instead of going to Roncesvalles in France, the famous starting point of the French way. Mainly, it can be for religious reasons, for cultural tourism, or for the simple fact of walking and doing sport. Nowadays, tourists come from all over the world Catholics, Muslims, Jews, and many more. The most typical way to do the Camino is walking, but it can also be done by bicycle, horseback, or wherever you can think of. The discovery of the tomb of the Apostle Santiago by a hermit in the year 830 immediately attracted waves of pilgrims from all over Europe, making the Camino de Santiago the third great pilgrimage route in medieval Europe, comparable to those that lead to Rome and Holy Land. The English Way is one of the 8 routes to Santiago de Compostela. This maritime route was used from the middle of the 12th century in medieval Europe by pilgrims from Scandinavian countries, the Netherlands, northern France, and mainly from England, Ireland, and Scotland. They arrived by boat at the ports of Ribadeo, Viveiro, Ferrol, or A Coruña. Its strategic location made the route safer than the land route to avoid highway robbers and reduce the time of the pilgrimage. However, the success of the road was cut short in the 16th century. Henry VIII broke off relations with the Catholic Church and caused the end of the English pilgrimage, and with it this Jacobean route fell into oblivion practically up to the present day. In the last 2 decades has begun the recovery of the English way, and more pilgrims are looking for authentic and quiet experience, away from of the hundreds pilgrims who make the way by all the routes.
Along St. James Way there are different albergues or hostels. The problem is that many of the towns through which the St. James Way crosses don't have hostels. So maybe between one hostel and another there is a big difference of kilometers. On the way you can find different types of hostels. First, the pilgrim hostels, which are very cheap, and you sleep in a room with a lot of pilgrims. Municipal hostels that cost around 5 or 6 euros per night. Private hostels a bit more expensive and with better services and rooms, and the parish hostels, which are free but donations can be made belong to the church. When going to the Camino you can choose between the albergues mentioned above or other types of accommodation. We found guest houses, motels, hotels from 1 to 5 stars. Depending how much money the pilgrim wants to spend, he or she will choose one or another. What many pilgrims do is sleep in hostel or in a cheap accommodation, and when they arrive in Santiago, they rent a better hotel to relax and enjoy the city before back home.
La muralla de Adriano son los restos de fortificaciones de piedra construidas por el Imperio Romano después de su conquista de Britania. Es un patrimonio de la humanidad por la UNESCO que se extiende por 73 millas de costa a costa a través de algunos de los paisajes más espectaculares de Inglaterra, desde el río Tyne cerca de la ciudad de Newcastle y el mar del Norte. El muro tardó al menos 6 años en completarse. La obra fue completada por soldados romanos. Es una atracción turística popular y caminar a lo largo de la muralla se ha vuelto cada vez más popular en las últimas décadas para explorar y celebrar su rica historia.
Más de 100.000 personas visitan el muro de Adriano cada año, pero solo 7.000 personas caminan por todo el camino. Muchas personas diferentes van al muro de Adriano y hay diferentes tipos de turistas con fondos diversos. Entonces, hay una variedad de opciones para los turistas. Por ejemplo, puedes acampar en una tienda o puedes tirar la casa por la ventana y alojar en hoteles de lujo. Sea como sea, les aconsejamos que elijan algún sitio que esté cerca al camino. Aunque hay muchas opciones con una grande capacidad, es importante reservar el alojamiento muy pronto porque la demanda sube durante la temporada alta. Además, los precios pueden cambiar dependiendo de la época del año y el tipo de alojamiento. Generalmente entre 300 libras y más de 1.000 libras en total.